You're tuned in to Floridian Rollo. I'm your host, Floridian Rollo, and I'm coming at you with another live stream, a very informative, important live stream. As you enter into the chat, make sure you double tap the like button. Now, I'm viewing Hassan Campbell's clip because I try to find it on Nightcap. I don't know which video it is. It took me some time to look for it, so I'm giving props to Hassan Campbell, a YouTuber, go by the name of Hassan Campbell. So we're going to listen to this clip of what Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco have to say about the situation of Jimmy Kimmel and the situation with Charlie Kirk's passing. And while there's a law out there now, as we speak, mandatory with H&R passing this. Okay, let's continue. Let's get right to the clip. Listen.
No mind.
Listen. It depends. But do you understand how powerful that power structure is that pulls all the strings?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I don't want to get into it. But I just want to know.
I saw it. I peeped it. Whoa, hey,
them people powerful. Hey, them people powerful. Bro.
It's we headed down. Hey, we headed down a slippery slope, Ocho.
Listen.
We headed down a slippery slope because I remember one time that people said, and they made fun of Joe Biden, they made fun of George Floyd, they made fun of a lot of blacks that got killed, and they made a lot of fun of a lot of people that did some things, and that's free speech. That's free speech. Now it's an issue. Like you said, I look, it happened. I mean, and but it's just, boy, we in some times right now. Boy, these next, you got to be on your best behavior the next 3 years. You got to be on your best. Kids getting kicked out of school. Getting kicked out of school. Your passport's getting redeemed and all this kind of other stuff. I'm telling you. And some people are like, oh, that ain't nothing. And blah. Boy, that's how it starts.
Didn't I tell y'all to have all your paperwork, all your documents, everything situated? Now passports is getting revoked. Children is getting kicked out of school. Children is getting kicked out of school now. Not only adults, not only people getting fired from their job, children that's not acting right is also getting kicked out. And your passport is getting revoked. Remember what I said. Before all this situation occurred, before all these things we hearing now, I warned you and I told you, get your information together. Okay? Let me go back a little bit on Hassan Campbell's video. Let's go right here.
On your best behavior the next 3 years. You got to be on your best. Kids getting kicked out of school. Getting kicked out of school. Your passport's getting redeemed and all this kind of other stuff. I'm telling you. And some people are like, oh, that ain't nothing and blah. Boy, that's how it starts. You so distrust. What you do is that you so distrust with your institution. That's the first and foremost thing. Now, the only truth is I'm giving it to you. The only truth that you're going to be able to get is from Ocho and I. And then you so distrust. And then I start carving away at certain freedoms that you enjoy.
Yeah. Hey, hold on. And you know what? Some of the freedoms they carving away at, you're not really paying attention to it. Because it doesn't affect you just yet. But they always say history always repeats itself.
Because
it always repeats itself, and it starts very small.
Because the what they're carving away, and we're going to move on. What they're taking away, this last generation didn't have to fight for. So let's go ahead. Ocho, when you don't have to fight for something.
Right.
But see, people, we grew up in the time, and my mom and grandmother and things, they was in that. They remember segregation, and they remember the civil rights, and they remember the Fair Housing Act, and they remember the interracial. They remember those things. We take some of this generation take it for granted. They don't remember voting rights because they've always been had to vote. So now, as they start to strip things away that you didn't have to fight for, you don't miss it until you don't have it.
And listen, I you know what I always love the message. I always love the fight. But people never forget. They don't understand the power structure in the ecosystem in which you're fighting against. You can't even see it, so you don't know what to swing at.
Mm-hmm.
You're not hearing me.
I hear you. I know. I understand.
I'm saying that no, you want to fight the fight, but you don't know what to swing at.
Any Kimmell.
And before we get to this person, make sure you double tap the like button on your way in. Double tap the like button on your way in. We're going to listen to the Shannon Sharpe situation. We're not going to listen to this guy per se, respectfully, because, see, Nightcap talked about it sometime during the week. I just happened to go to Hassan Campbell's video because he had the clip. So I'm playing the clip that I couldn't find on my own on a Nightcap channel. I thought they would have a certain, video clip for it. I didn't see it, so it's on their live footage. I tried to go through it. I couldn't find it, so I said, I'm going to give props to Hassan Campbell for finding it and his team. This is very serious, y'all. I told y'all that you got to get your documents together, to get your paperwork together. Before the passing of Charlie Kirk, I told y'all, get your stuff together. Make sure all your documents is together. Look, they are making a law as we speak. Charlie Kirk in Human Resources is in a memo. So all you ladies and guys being disrespectful, it's consequence that comes with it. They're going to let you go. They are making strategic moves to see who's saying what. And if you're guilty by association, more likely you may get fired. A lot of children is being removed out of the schools. And a lot of children are being removed out of schools because they're not moving correctly. A lot of you adults that is being so disrespectful, now they're taking your rights from you for being disrespectful. I'm going to let Shannon and Ultra give you the warning once again. Let's go to it.
But I thought, hold on, what's the First Amendment? I thought, oh, never mind.
Listen, it depends. But do you understand how powerful that power structure is that pulls all the strings?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I don't want to get into it. But I just want to know.
I saw it. I peeped it. Well, hey,
them people powerful. Hey, them people powerful. Bro.
It's we headed down. Hey, we headed down a slippery slope, Ocho. We headed down a slippery slope because I remember one time that people said, and they made fun of Joe Biden, they made fun of George Floyd, they made fun of a lot of blacks that got killed, and they made a lot of fun of a lot.
With all due respect, Shannon, you made fun of Russell Westbrook. You made fun of Russell Westbrook when he was playing for the Lakers. You was making fun of people too. And then people made fun of you for your situation that you went through with an old girl. You didn't heed the warnings. You didn't listen to your partner, Ocho. Anyway, let's continue.
A lot of people that did some things, and that's free speech. Mm-hmm. That's free speech. Now it's an issue. Like you said, I look, it happened. I mean, and but it's just, boy, we in some times right now. Boy, these next, you got to be on your best behavior the next 3 years. You got to be on your best. Yeah. Kids getting kicked out.
No. Shannon, we supposed to be on our best behavior at all times to the best of our ability, Shannon. Shannon, I know you're an Ibarasi type of person. I get that. At the same time, dude, people this is not a time to be on demon time. This is not a time to be on demon time whatsoever. Because now the sins are being searched out according to the Bible. Let's continue, y'all. Let's continue.
out of school, kids getting kicked out of school, your passport's getting redeemed, and all this kind of other stuff. I'm telling you, and some people are like, oh, that ain't nothing. And blah, boy, that's how it starts. You so distrust. What you do is that you so distrust with your institution. That's the first and foremost thing. Now, the only truth is I'm giving it to you. The only truth that you're going to be able to get is from Ocho and I. And then you so distrust, and then I start carving away at certain freedoms that you enjoy.
Yeah. Hey, hold on. And you know what? Some of the freedoms they carving away at, you're not really paying attention to it because it doesn't affect you just yet. But they always say history always repeats itself.
Because
it always repeats itself, and it starts very small.
Because the what they're carving away, and we're gonna move on. What they're taking away, this last generation didn't have to fight for. So let's go.
No, because the YNs want to crash out. The YNs want to crash out. Most of the youth want to be so disrespectful, and now it's affected everybody. This is why I say the sins need to be called out. Are the people calling out the sins? It's only a few far between of us calling out the sins. We're calling out the sins. We call out our own sins. If we do something wrong, we call out our own sins to the Heavenly Father through Christ. A lot of you people are not calling out the sins. What the youth is doing is very sinful, very lawlessness. And because they continue to do it, that's going to affect a lot of people in particular states. And what this Passport Redeemed does is a lot of you that's in New York, Chicago, LA, different Ibaraki places, it's going to be hard for you to leave to go cross-border because the governors of the red states may not want people from the blue states that's not on point to come to the red states. I told you this is going to happen. I got a family member that's in the Senate. I told him what's going to happen. Just like I said, the shutdown of America, the world was going to shut down 2020 over by Rest the Bad Guys platform in 2018, 2019. May the Most High strike me if I didn't say that, because that's the truth. And see, now with the passing of Charlie Kirk and people acting a fool, you don't add on more issues for yourselves and your future generation because you didn't move correctly. These companies, now you're giving these companies a reason to let you go. Now you're giving these companies a reason to replace you with AI because you didn't know how to keep your mouth shut and learn how to move as a harmless as a dove, wise as a serpent. You open up your mouth, you're fired, you're fired, you're fired, you're fired, you're fired, you're fired, you're fired. Because you're not moving correctly. And them same people that's not moving correctly, you think people are going to help you out when they barely can help themselves out because they're not moving correctly? When you're not moving correctly, there are consequences. We are in the consequential. It's not what you say. It's not what Rollo say. It's what the Most High says. And the Most High controls good and evil. He controls all things. And y'all don't want to get right with the Most High. You don't want to get to learn about Christ. Y'all love sin. What did Charlie Kirk did to y'all for y'all to crash out, for y'all to lose your mind, for y'all to lose your high salary? These people are making serious money and they're crashing out. They're willing to lose their money to crash out for these demons, these warlocks, these witches who will not even give you $1. Who cannot even give you $1 if they had $1? So all of y'all crashing out, now what? Your passport might be redeemed. It might be harder for you to get another job. Now you're speeding up the AIs to replace you. Whose fault is it? When y'all gonna take responsibility for your decision talking? Listen, the average American don't even have $5,000 saved right now. Is I'm lying? Is I'm lying? All you folks that's crashing out, losing your mind, disrespecting the host in the chat, disrespecting me in the chat once again. Do you have $5,000 to save you for a rainy day? Let's lower it a little bit more. Do you have $1,000 saved up? Some of you may not even have $1 saved right now. Move correctly. Learn how to move correctly. Listen to what they say, though. Let's continue.
So let's go ahead. Ocho, see when you don't, Ocho, when you don't have to fight for something.
Right.
But see, people, we grew up in the time, and my mom and grandmother and things, they was in that. They remember segregation, and they remember the civil rights, and they remember the Fair Housing Act, and they remember the interracial. They remember those things. We take some of this generation take it for granted. They don't remember voting rights because they've always been had to vote. So now, as they start to strip things away that you didn't have to fight for, you don't miss it until you don't have it.
Yeah. And listen, I you know what? I always love the message. I always love the fight. But people never forget. They don't understand the power structure in the ecosystem in which you're fighting against. You can't even see it, so you don't know what to swing at. You're not hearing me.
I hear you. I know.
I'm saying that no. You want to fight the fight, but you don't know what to swing at.
Jimmy Kimmel.
All right. Let me get to the passport situation right now. All right. Moderators, if these people start being disrespectful, block them. If they be disrespectful in the chat, I don't want them in the chat. I'm not going to respond to these people. I'm not going to respond to them. Let's continue to get the lights up. We got 371 people in the building. Let's continue to get the lights up. Double tap the like button on your way in. We're about to have the serious conversation. Let me get to it right now. Let me get to it right now. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Okay. We're gonna go to this right here. Okay, we're gonna go to Utah. Let's go to Utah. Let's get to it right now. All right, this is a radio station in Utah. Let's get right to it.
There's been some maybe unexpected fallout from the murder of Charlie Kirk last week, and that is including some people who have actually lost their jobs in response to comments they made. MSNBC political analyst Matthew Dowd lost his job shortly after he made comments about the assassination. His employer said that he was wrong, that he was inciting, and that his comments were hateful.
Also inappropriate, insensitive, and unacceptable. So there was a staff member at the University of Mississippi who was fired after sharing insensitive comments, according to the school's chancellor. A comic book writer lost her job because of social media posts, as did other educators in Mississippi and Tennessee. Carolina Panthers public relations.
So they're talking about the same thing that we have heard. They're going to go more into depth. This is my first time listening to them, so I want to hear what they have to say. Look, just be mindful and cognizant of what you're saying in these jobs, y'all. Be very mindful. Let's go.
Relations official lost their job, right? I mean, it's a question of how far do First Amendment rights go?
Yeah, and the answer to that is it doesn't. Your employer in most states, including Utah, can fire you for just about anything, including exercising your First Amendment rights if they don't like what you say. So the First Amendment is great.
Let's get to that right now. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to get to that, and we're going to get to that. I forgot what it's called. Let's continue.
You can say what you want, but an employer doesn't have to keep you on their staff if you're violating it. So, for example, there wouldn't necessarily be a criminal prosecution for a First Amendment violation or some level of censorship, but your employer isn't bound by that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
right.
So if I have an employee who's suddenly posting about some hateful rhetoric toward a particular group, ethnic group, or whatever, I can say, sorry, we don't want you here. Post whatever you want. I can't stop you, but I can stop you from coming into my office from now on.
So how does that play into being an at-will state? So Utah's an at-will employment state, right? So my understanding is you can be let go at any time for any reason or no reason at all.
Yes, and Utah is maybe not particularly unusual about that, but yes, Utah, they can say, I mean, you can fire an employee because their socks don't match one day. And it's terrible, but Utah takes at will to an entirely new level. Now,
I want you to listen to this, because if you are in particular states, they can fire you, and it will be very hard for you to get unemployment. So these are the things you have to be cognizant of, because I think everything is a joke. I'm not laughing. Ain't nothing funny. You better get your stuff together. Get at right. Let's continue.
Some employers, including government employers, have what's called a merit system where you have some level of protection. Teachers have you become tenured, and then you have some level of protection. Or if you have an employment contract, you can be fired if you violate the terms of the contract. But otherwise, like you say, we're at will here in Utah, and even government employees in some of these other groups that I'm talking about often have a probationary period where you can be terminated for any reason at all.
Well, Utah law.
At the end of the day, just be careful what you say and who you're talking to and who you're dealing with. At the end of the day, you're supposed to be going to work to make money, take care of what you got to take care of, do what you got to do on the side, and be careful who you're talking to, who you hang out with. Because I'm going to tell you something. A lot of people's getting lined up to lose their jobs. You think these people are your friends on the job? Let me tell you something. You think these people are friends on your job? You're going to find out the hard way. These people ain't your friends. They're going to fire you. They're going to have information on you. Next thing you know, you go to the office, you fired. A lot of people getting fired based on what they're saying about Mr. Kirk. Passing. This is not a game, y'all. You should be knowing these things before you sign up for work.
Newly changed, I think either this last legislative session or the one before, changed even tenure. So people with tenure can also be let go now. It's interesting, Ray. And one of the articles that I looked at today for the Utah Policy Newsletter, this one is from Reuters, and this one says, "Mourn Charlie Kirk properly or else." And then the subhead really is saying, look, they're saying you have to. You can expect that we will either sue you into oblivion, or we're going to get you fired from your job, right? We're going to dox your house. I mean, there are things where people are online scouring for information for people who are not quote unquote supportive enough of Charlie Kirk's passing.
Now, there's a lot of people that's doing that. She's right about that. There's a lot of people doing that. Yeah, that's why you got to be careful. Don't put yourself in that situation. Let's go.
Yeah, and so it would seem to me that if you want to, I mean, why chime in at all? I mean, and if you do chime in, recognize that there are certain things you might be doing that are at will. There may be certain organizations you're involved in, your employer, your marriage. I mean, there are certain things you might be doing where the other party says, "Sorry, I don't want to be associated with you anymore."
So one one U.S. lawmaker said that anyone who, quote, ran their mouth with their smart aleck hatred celebrating the murder of that beautiful young man needs to be banned from all platforms forever. So he's one that wants to ban people from accessing social media for the rest of their lives, which you just create another profile. I'm so sorry, Mr. Lawmaker. And then other ones are proposing that Kirk's critics be deported or sued into penury, right? Which I assume means poverty.
So now you got people saying that these people should be deported. Now, I'm on record of saying, if you don't like America, get on a plane and go to another country. Nobody's stopping you. If you have an issue, what's going on in America, there's always a plane leaving. You got your passport, you got your documents. See how you will cry and beg to come back to America. If America is so evil, so wicked, so out of whack, why is a lot of you not going to leave to go to another country right now? If it's so bad here. There's people in other countries that can't even go live. They can't say the things that need to be said. See, y'all don't have no respect for the law. Y'all don't have no respect for the law. Y'all don't have no respect for the dead. And you wonder why certain things are being taken away from you. You wonder why the Most High is allowing certain things to happen on this planet, on this earth, because y'all love sin. And sin is abandoning you now. It's torturing you. It's locking you up. You can't think clearly because you don't want to move correctly. This is not going to affect those who's moving righteously. The ones who's going to affect is the people that's moving in sin, the people that don't have respect for the law, the people that don't have respect for one another. Y'all can't even get together and do something correct. I know what y'all could do to get together. Get high. You want to get high. You want somebody to be responsible for your own kids. When y'all get it on with each other, as a man, as a woman, y'all get it on with each other. Y'all want to have children. You don't want to be responsible for them. But you want to blame Charlie Kirk. You want to blame Donald Trump. You want to blame me. You want to call me all these names. Look at yourself in the mirror. You're the ones who's looking really, really bad. Let's continue.
Right, yes.
That's a fancy British word. Thanks so much. It's really interesting to me to see how much this is going on, right? It's going after, I think I saw, the last I saw was there were like 40,000 names on a list of people that they're going after for retribution.
Yeah, and what I see some of these people who are posting, and it makes me cringe because it'll start with, it's really horrible what happened to Charlie Kirk, but here's what he did. In other words, it wasn't that horrible. Well, I don't know how you can put any spin on a murder other than it's
so sad.
The worst thing you could. It's terrible, and so
because they don't have no care, they incensor. With all due respect, these people have no care, and now they crying on the internet. My job fired me because of my opinion on Mr. Kirk. No, you are not going to let these companies get a Genko lawsuit and have you sitting there. They would rather fire you, get rid of you, and get rid of your sin so that everybody get online and know not to be disrespectful. Let's continue.
So you don't agree with some of his comments. Did that contribute?
Well, but
is that the fault of him?
Right, but is that now saying that you can't disagree with anybody now? And we do have a lawmaker who has said, this is another Washington lawmaker, I think he's from Oklahoma, saying it's not a crime to disagree with somebody's opinion. It's not a crime to disagree with that. But if you are at risk of losing your job, if you disagree publicly, right, you can say, I'm so sad, and while I didn't know,
these people are doing it on the job, ma'am. They're doing it on the job. They're wearing the company's uniform and being disrespectful, man. Are you serious? You have a lot of them on TikTok. You have a lot of them on Instagram. You have a lot of them on YouTube wearing company uniform, man, and being disrespectful to Mr. Kirk and his wife and their daughters. You have teachers. You have lawyers. You have officers. The list goes on and on and on and on and on and on, who are so disrespectful to this man's passing. They're wearing a company uniform, man. Oh my goodness. I tell you, some of these ladies is something else, y'all. Let's go.
I always agree. I understand that. I get that. I understand that. But
they're doing more than that. They're highlighting what he said in a way that makes it appear that
sometimes they're just quoting his own comments back. And that's where you get to, for my questions, right, for First Amendment, I think, it has a real chilling effect on people saying, I can't share now because I'm at risk of losing my job. And then does that make the echo chamber even worse?
Right.
No. See, you want to see a lot of people get fired, man. You want to see a lot of people get fired. We should know what you really feel because you have an issue with Mr. Kirk. I could tell, ma'am, that you got an issue with Kirk. We could see right through you. You have an issue with Mr. Kirk that passed away.
The thing is, you don't have a right to do your job. You know what I mean? That's what at-will's about. So you do have a right to not go to prison or to jail, and so you won't be jailed for your First Amendment comments unless they're slanderous or something like that. But your job, I mean, your employer is like, hey, I can't afford to have you work for me anymore because of comments you made that are going to affect my business. I don't want you here anymore. Even MSNBC saying, we just don't need the grief, Matthew Dowd. And he almost certainly had an employment contract. But
now he could forget about the employment contract. Even MSNBC said we cannot take no risks with you. Let's continue.
There may be something in that says if you bring disparagement or public contempt to the network, we can terminate you, and they may feel like he crossed that line.
Yeah, it's just, for me, it's an interesting discussion on the limits of the First Amendment. And I will say it's not limited to this Charlie Kirk situation. There have been, of course, you've seen this over and over and over with the Israel-Gaza situation. I think we see it with young people who are graduating from college. Their advice to make sure your social media content has been scoured so that your potential employer is not seeing you partying it up, right? Holding a drink in your hand and looking like you're inebriated, right? And
Well, that's very important. That's very important. These people think they could do whatever they want. No, there's consequences, especially if you're dealing with a high-end company as well. Let's continue.
Intoxicated. That's one of the issues too. So we know employers go look at social media right now. We know that people have lost their jobs for taking a stance on the Israel-Gaza conflict, right? So there's different ways where this can show up.
Yeah, and then we're seeing a Fox News reporter, Brian Kilmeade, making a comment that the homeless people should be executed. I don't even know what context you would say that.
The homeless people is going to be executed. What are y'all talking about? The homeless people going to be executed? Where you getting this information from?
But
we're going to talk about that in a coming up segment. But yeah, right? Lethal injection.
Yeah, what's his employer going to do as a response to that? That's another example, I guess.
They did not fire him. I will say that.
Well,
so look, again, it's an ongoing conversation about First Amendment, and I'll say, just looking at the peace building comments and looking at these organizations and trying to get people to ratchet down the heat, maybe sometimes you don't post it.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe you just don't post it.
Right. I mean, or I tell people this before you make a post like that, write it, but before you post it, go take a walk.
Wait 12 hours.
Wait a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Because they don't care about their situation. They don't know how to move correctly on the internet. They don't know how to move and be on point on the internet. You can't say what you want to say on the internet. There's rules. There are things that you have to be accountable for what you say and what you do. To everybody tuning in and viewing, can we get the likes over 100? Can we get the likes over 100? Or you just here because you just viewing and you don't want to like the video? We had over 400 people at one time. Come on now. Let's get the likes up. We're going to go to the next footage. They're almost done.
Run it by a friend. I sometimes do that with my wife when I'm angry at somebody. I'm like, honey, will you just read this before I hit send?
Exactly.
And
so
she will.
I remember in my early blogging days, it was super funny because there was this meme, this cartoon that went around that said, "No, honey, I can't come to bed. Someone on the internet is wrong." Right?
Yeah. Okay. We're going to somebody else. We're going to somebody else right now. Give me 1 second. That is the truth saying what she said. Okay. Let me go to. All right. We got these. Ibarasi got an issue with Trump. Let's get to them right now. Let's get to these Ibarasis. I want you to see this. Here we go.
Can we get your reaction to President Trump blaming the radical left for what happened to Charlie Kirk yesterday?
Well, look, the bottom line is this is a time that all Americans should come together and feel and mourn what happened. Violence, which affects so many different people of so many different political persuasions, is an affliction of America. And coming together is what we ought to be doing, not pointing fingers of blame.
This moment requires leadership that brings the American people together as opposed to trying to further divide us. Political violence in any form against any American is unacceptable, should be denounced by everyone, and moving forward, we have to figure out a better way to come together, not as Democrats or Republicans, but as Americans.
All right. They always say that, yet do they want to get together with us? No. We're going to go to Mrs. Crockett.
I definitely take issue with a number of decisions that Donald Trump makes, especially when it comes to the people that he decides to appoint to very important positions, including this one, because I did have to make sure that I wasn't going crazy. But when I say that you are the least qualified FBI director in the history of the FBI, that is real, because you are the only one that never even served with the FBI prior to joining. Yet we are supposed to believe that you are the greatest thing since sliced bread. I didn't ask you a question. Now, what I want to go through is to talk about why you are a failure and why, honestly, we just need to tell you bye-bye. I know that you got a little upset and you put on your show for your boss because it seems like you're trying to save your job when it came to talking to Senator Booker yesterday. But let's...
Now we're getting into this because I decided to add on to the topic. The The Jimmy Kimmel situation is pretty much in the wrap, so I'm going to change the title. So now Jasmine Crockett have an issue with the FBI head leader, Kash Patel. So get your popcorn ready. Get the lights up. Let's get it over 100. Let's go.
Go through some of your failures. So before you were even confirmed, and I think one of my colleague from Georgia, pointed out that you were already targeting career officials so that you could direct illegal firings. Mind you, these cases that you were so upset about, which are the ones tied to Trump, the cases came through his handpicked FBI director. And frankly, when people sit around and say things like, oh, you know, we're happy because now we feel safe. I don't know who feels safe in this country except for the white supremacist.
No, Mrs. Crockett. Mrs. Crockett, no. We're not going to do this, Mrs. Crockett. Oh, no, you did not say that. You see these Ibarasi, y'all? It's the white people's fault. We're not safe. Ma'am, if you're not safe, then pack up your family. Don't take another senator's check. Don't live nice and comfortable. Why don't you Ibarasis clean up the streets of your city? Ma'am, why you don't clean up your own city? Why don't you get your jurisdiction and, well, you're no longer in that jurisdiction. However, why don't you get the people that's left of that jurisdiction and clean up the streets? Let's continue.
Because I specifically, as a black woman, definitely don't feel safe. And frankly, my...
Oh, no, you're lying. You do feel safe. You a liar, woman. You're not living in the streets. You're not suffering for food. You're not suffering for a paycheck. Us taxpayers is paying you to do a job, ma'am. You fired. Ma'am, you're not doing a good job. The taxpayers is paying your salary, ma'am. You're supposed to be the representative. What was the representative of Dallas? And you didn't do a good job. Moderators, get JH out of here. Moderators. Where my moderators at? Let me get this person out of here. My moderators must be busy. Goodbye, JH. I'll do you a solid and get you on out of here. I got you packed up. on out of here. How about that, JH? Bye-bye. Sorry, Nara. Let's get back to this broad. Let's go.
Colleagues have been real nice to you today, and I applaud them, but I don't have the same demeanor because I know that multiple colleagues on this side of the aisle have faced death threats. In fact, somebody tried to kill one of my colleagues, and frankly, I don't know.
No. Don't be saying things that's not true, ma'am. Ma'am, who tried to threaten your colleague? Ma'am, where's the receipt, ma'am? You're lying in the overall office, ma'am. Let's continue. What's up, Forever Studios? Get the lights up and support the platform, y'all.
If this FBI or under your leadership, if those people would have been caught. I don't have any confidence in you. And if we start talking about the reasons that I lack confidence, we could start with you not just wanting to acknowledge some simple facts. Simple facts like the vast majority of the threats are coming from right-wing extremism.
No. We're not going to do this. Ma'am. You're talking double tongue, fork tongue now. You just as worse as. Oh my goodness, she's worse than Cory Booker, y'all. Let's continue.
And I know my colleagues have tried to stress this, but I decided that I would maybe do it in a different way. Number one, I have a couple of UCs. Kim Buck, one of multiple Republicans receiving death threats for voting against Jim Jordan as House Speaker.
Without objection.
Another one, Republican lawmaker says she received death threats after voting against Jim Jordan in Speaker's race.
Without objection.
In addition, there was another one from another colleague who now is leaving Congress because they said that they were calling his wife anonymously and threatening her life to the extent that she ended up sleeping with a firearm.
Ma'am, where's this evidence coming from? How we don't know, allegedly, that you put this with ChatGPT? How we don't know you use ChatGPT, ma'am? Let's continue.
Without objection.
Okay, so here's the deal. How are we supposed to have confidence when you're sitting up here telling the Senate yesterday that it will take you 14 years before you can get the FBI fully staffed to do their jobs? You're also now redirecting resources so that they can go and play ICE agents on the streets. You're getting rid of your most qualified people. And even when it came down to somebody that you consider to be a friend, you were posted up having some fancy dinner to the extent that you posted not only once erroneously, you posted twice.
Also, you monitoring him, Mrs. Crockett. You're doing the same thing that the monitoring spirits would do. You are monitoring. Brenda Rose, appreciate you. Appreciate you becoming a member, Brenda. Thank you. Appreciate you becoming a member. Thank you for the support. Ma'am, you're being facetious at this point. I mean, my goodness.
Erroneously as it relates to catching somebody, and then you want to go and say, let me take a victory lap, because honestly, if it wasn't for parents deciding that they were going to turn in their child, it seems like y'all wouldn't have got there. Even though he literally confessed.
You're the same person that was happy that the migrants came to Dallas or Houston or whatever other city they came to. Why they can't live with you? Why they can't live in your big old mansion? If you don't like this country so much, Mrs. Crockett, then why you living comfortable? You got a house in D.C., you got a house in Dallas, you got a house in L.A., you got the Chicago mayor and the Chicago governor giving you a nice house in Chicago. What have you done for the people in Dallas?
Online. So I'm confused about what it is that the FBI is doing except for trying to put on a show for the apprentice or whatever you want to call him. The day after all of this took place, there was domestic terrorism that was taking place at HBCUs. They were targeted.
No. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. Oh my goodness. She don't, oh my. Oh no, she did not say that. She said the HBCUs was, oh my gosh. That is a lie. You blaming the conservatives on behalf of your jurisdiction is the one who did it, ma'am. Oh my goodness. Look how she said a bold-faced lie. That's why she can't look in the camera. Look how she lied. Watch.
That was taking place at HBCUs. They were targeted. Yet I didn't hear anything from the FBI about what was going on. And
you can't even look at the man. You can't even look with those big old eyelets looking down. Oh my goodness, she's a mess, y'all. She got them big old eyelid tins. Like creme on a cropper. I'm telling you, you can't make this up, y'all. Let's go.
Again, black people kept saying, how did we end up in this? Because the numbers are so very clear that white supremacy is a problem. And honestly, I've not heard.
No. White supremacy ain't no problem. You the problem. I'm so sick of these people, man. These black racist people. These black racists, man.
Anything out of you today that makes me believe that you're going to do anything about the white supremacy problem. The one that is leading to children being killed, children being shot, as well as members of their community as their work.
No. Stop blaming them. No, ma'am. Fix your community. Get your leaders in check and go tell them hood boogers to stop killing each other. Why don't you go out there into the neighborhood of South Dallas and do what you need to do with your constituents and tell them to put the gun down and stop killing each other and learn how to protect the hood instead of killing each other? Why don't you do that, man? Let's go.
Working as they're worshiping in their churches. Man, oh man, there has been so much today, and I truly don't know where to start. So I'm just going to make sure that we start off with a few facts. So a couple of facts that we need to make clear for everyone is that, number one, Director Christopher Wray, when he was appointed to be the head of the FBI, was appointed by Donald Trump. Now, I will agree that I definitely take issue with a number of decisions that Donald Trump makes, especially when it comes to the people that he decides to appoint.
What have you appointed that's on point? Yo, guys, everybody, look. Look. These people don't care about the average man or average woman in the hood. If she's so caring, why don't she get her constituents together to go to South Dallas, tell those men, tell those women, drop the weapon, stop killing each other? Why are you blaming Trump for all the killings that's going on with the black on black crime? Why? Why are you doing that? That's an old playbook to get the black people riled up to create a race war. You want a race war so bad, Mrs. Crockett? You want a race war? Clean up the city of Dallas. I saw one of your constituents when I went back to the airport going back to Florida. The older man, the older gentleman. He was with his bodyguards, whatever. And he was going to his jurisdiction or going to D.C. Yeah, he was going to D.C. at the time. The point, ma'am, is this. You seem like you're jealous of the FBI agent. You want to be an FBI agent so bad, Mrs. Crockett? You can't even do 1% good in your city of Dallas. This man, the FBI young man, has done an excellent job finding children, finding these predators, cleaning up the streets. A lot of people that was missing was found, or they found, unfortunately, unalive people. You mocked not Jimmy Kimmel. You mocked Charlie Kirk. Did you mock Charlie Kirk? If you got an issue with Trump, it's like you got an issue with Mrs. Let's see if Jasmine Crockett disrespect Charlie Kirk. Let's see. I wouldn't put it past her. I would not put it past her, y'all. In all seriousness. Can y'all hear me loud and clear? Because my thing is acting up. My computer's acting up right now. Put a 5 in the chat. You can hear me loud and clear. My computer's acting up, y'all. My computer's acting up. Put a 5 in the chat. You can hear me. Because my computer was acting up a little bit. Let me see if she disrespect Mr. Kirk. Okay, I got it. I got the show. Okay, hold on. Let me see it. Let me get the full clip. I don't want the short clip. I want the full clip. Okay, I got somebody that got the clip. Okay. We're gonna go to the damage report. Okay. We're going to the damage report. They got the information. So without further ado, let's get to it. Let's see how disrespectful she was to Mr. Kirk. Let's go.
Republicans in the House have set up what I'm sure they think of as a very clever trap to ensnare Democrats in this resolution that is ostensibly designed to honor the life of Charlie Kirk after his tragic assassination. And on some level, it does that. It says nice things about Charlie Kirk. It says that they're opposed to violence. And when they talk about being opposed to violence, they didn't even say like specifically that it's left-wing violence or something. So I will give the Republicans credit on that, and just that, no further beyond that, because they are attempting to set up something that is performative, which fine, we've done things like this before. There was actually one of these after Melissa Hortman was tragically killed. So at least there's consistency here. But then they stuffed the resolution full of a bunch of other stuff designed to make this difficult, if not impossible, for some Democrats to sign on to. And one House Democrat says people are worried that we're being totally set up. So how are
No. See, that's the old book from Satan. Satan trying to act like he ain't do nothing wrong. No, you being called out for who you are, Ibaracis. Let's go.
They being set up, what does that look like? Well, among many paragraphs of things about Charlie Kirk, some of them just descriptive about his family, about him having set up, turning point or whatever. They say, whereas Charlie Kirk became one of the most prominent voices in America, engaging in respectful civil discourse across college campuses, media platforms, and national forums, always seeking to elevate truth, foster understanding, and strengthen the republic. That's just like your opinion, man. Some of that's true, and some of it is your opinion.
Okay, so what you trying to get at? Can you get to the point?
And by the way, I understand it's very easy for a Republican to write every word of that because they always did feel respected by his advocacy. Many people did. Many people felt very seen and understood by it. But there were other communities that did not feel like respect was being fostered, that tolerance or understanding was being fostered. And what strengthens or weakens the republic is not an objective thing that everyone will agree on, but they are putting it in here as if we all agree on it. And they are demanding the Republicans agree with every bit of this. You don't have to have things like that in there. In the one with Melissa Hortman, they didn't add a whole bunch of stuff that's very much up for debate about her legacy. They're choosing to do it in this case to get Democrats to proactively participate in whitewashing his reputation. And again, that has nothing to do with the tragedy.
You see the disrespect this guy have for Mr. Kirk? This guy seemed like he have a disrespect for Mr. Kirk. It goes to show you that you got these enabling men, even if they have a large platform or they have a reasonable size platform. Look at the disrespect, y'all. Like Kevin Samuels used to say, guilt always want to be right. Let's go.
of the attack, which I have a million times been very clear on, and that should totally be in this resolution. And you can have stuff about Charlie Kirk and the work he did. You can recognize that he brought millions of young people into politics, many of them conservatives. He made a lot of conservative college students feel seen in a way that other commentators might not. Put that in there. You can put that in there. But they're putting stuff in there that they know Democrats don't agree with because they want them to vote for stuff that they don't truly believe. They go on to say, whereas Charlie Kirk became one of the most prominent, I believe I put the wrong one in for the second one. There was other stuff there too. Now, I want to move now to those who don't necessarily think that they can vote for this. And the only one I've so far seen that's been very clear about this is Jasmine Crockett, Democrat of Texas. She says she plans to vote against the resolution, saying, quote, not sure what is honorable about many of Kirk's past statements. Now, asked about concerns of GOP backlash, she says she lives, quote, under their heinous threats every single day, and suggested Democrats should not be like Republicans who have, quote, abdicated their duties out of fear. And
so Jasmine Crockett has an issue, which should not be a surprise to many of us, with the Charlie Kirk passing. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Let me just pause to say, thank you, Jasmine Crockett. Thank you for being, as she often is, one of the only fighters in the House, willing to point that out. And I just want to remind everyone, it's like, why would Jasmine Crockett potentially have an issue with this, with a statement that everything that Charlie Kirk ever said was respectful, everything was about tolerance and understanding? Well, he did once call her a circus act, and he also said she's part of the great replacement of white people.
If he said that, there's a lot of people that's like her, want to see white people gone. I wouldn't be surprised, allegedly, that she said that. She's racist. It's obvious she's racist. Even if you're a Crockett fan, which probably some of you are for whatever reason, are guilty by association of being racist too. She's racist. So it wouldn't be far-fetched. Charlie Kirk is not racist. If you go to Brainwaves Advice Topper LLC, you had a sister. Brainwaves show receipts of what I told y'all, that Mr. Kirk has helped a lot of so-called black people. These Ibarasi don't want to make mention of that. As soon as you show the people the grassroots receipts of people of color, quote unquote black folks, who have worked with Mr. Kirk, have shown grace and respect to Mr. Kirk for giving them the opportunity to be where they at today. Mrs. Crockett, I have a question for you since you follow my channel. Why don't you help the people you say you care about? Why don't you help the people that you say you care about? A new broke, new breed. Why don't you help the people you say you care about? FBA, Tariq Nasheed. Charlie Kirk has done more for black folks than black folks talk about they do for black folks. What are you going to say now? You're going to call me a sellout? You're going to call me Uncle Ruckus? You're going to call me a coon? You're going to call me a bigot? I'm going to say it again. Charlie Kirk has done more for black people than black folks say they do for black people. Have you noticed there's only a few legit so-called black people that's legit? Yet and still, I asked a question to these black folks that got an issue with me in the chat. Why are you mentioning that? When they got back together, answer the question. Have you help black people? I'm not going to mention your name. You blabber your gums in the chat with the nonsense. Have you helped so-called black people? Because Mrs. Crockett did not help so-called black people. Her pockets is looking fat. While her pockets is looking fat, how many people she helped in Dallas? You can have an issue with me all you want. At the end of the day, you have not helped nobody that look like you. I can make calls right now and people will tell you that it's so-called black that I have helped them out to get to where they at. This coon right here has helped many so-called black people that look like me. And I help other ethnicities too. I'm not racist. I can't stand you racist. You broke, piping, no talent. You don't even take care of your own woman, fool. I pull up in Dallas, fool. I pull up in Dallas not too long ago. Don't tell me you help so-called black people. Black people's going through it hard in Dallas, fool. In South Dallas especially. You couldn't pay me to go to South Dallas. Big time poverty over there. So take your broke mindset out of here. Do me a favor. Since I'm a coon, why you watching me? This coon has helped people that look like me. But I can't stand you, Ibarasi Dibarasi. You think I'm going to pull up to you? You think I'm stupid? You think I'm born yesterday? You making threats to me online? Let's continue, y'all. Let's continue.
Specifically saying she's just some circus act in that entire operation. You shouldn't take what she says seriously. It's just a joke. What she represents is very serious, which is the continued attempt to eliminate the white population in this country. Now, look, I want to preemptively apologize for quoting him. I'm not sure if that's legal yet, but he said that. That's the context. And when you say that she's a circus act, okay, we can debate exactly what he means about that. I have my suspicions about what he means about that. But even setting that aside, he said she's trying to do genocide against white people. Is she supposed to say, whatever, forget about it? It was always honorable. It was always tolerant. It was always understanding. The white genocide part? Why is she obligated? Why is she uniquely stripped of free speech, stripped of the ability to exercise free will and autonomy?
So you okay telling another person that your people should be gone from the face of this planet? You okay with her saying that? You okay with her saying that your people should be gone from the face of this planet? You got to definitely be a warlock. You definitely got to be on demon time. Why would you agree with her assessment? Only demons want to see us righteous folks not here on this planet. That's the war we dealing with, is these demons like this person up here who don't mind seeing the people that's on point gone. Just like Mrs. Crockett want to see us gone. Just like some of these people in the chat that's talking all this talk, disrespecting me. Calling me coons, calling me raccoons, calling me tethers, calling me all these names. Make that make sense, y'all. Let's go.
Why does she need to sign on to this? And the Republicans are the ones forcing this difficult decision on the Democrats. They could have put up a resolution to honor Charlie Kirk like they did with Melissa Hortman. They're choosing not to do that. And there are other Democrats that are saying they're undecided. Progressive Caucus Chair Greg Casar, also of Texas. There are others who plan to vote present. And again, they're all in a very difficult position. Because if they don't vote for this, they might be censured in the House for all that we know. Again, we do not live in a free society. This entire story, this entire news cycle is continuing proof of that. And if they want to just vote present, or by the way, even if some of these Democrats want to vote yes, again, I'm not even going to get too down on them. It's just a resolution to honor him. Symbolically, I don't like that their arms are being twisted to agree with statements they don't think are factually true. But still, the entire thing is ridiculous. There's one more House Democrat who says, I always try to be respectful in times of tragedy or horrific events like this, but they're politicizing his death in ways I'm not comfortable with. And it's very important to make that distinction. I understand Republicans will pretend not to understand the distinction. They've already done it with Jimmy Kimmel. None of this is a criticism of Charlie Kirk. When you say the Republicans are politicizing it, that cannot be a criticism of Kirk or his family. That is a criticism of politicians.
That's not a criticism of politicians. She disrespecting everybody that's on point, just like you have an issue of her. You have an issue of her being attacked. When she's doing the attacking, she's being disrespectful and lying, and you're agreeing with her, unaliving all white people. Wow. Goes to show you how crazy these people are, these demons are.
And again, I was born into a country where we're legally allowed to criticize politicians. Politicians that up until recently we all agreed are likely to be self-serving, slimy snake oil salesmen. And so the idea that, oh no, not this time. No, they're all being super serious. They all really believe this. They're not trying to be tricky or anything. They're speaking from their heart with this. Get the hell out of there. They never have before. They never will. They damn sure aren't right now. And so we'll see what ends up happening to Jasmine Crockett. I can only say to the representative, I have your back. Hopefully other people do. And if you want.
Of course you have her back. You're a demon. Of course you have her back. You got a simp in the chat that's cupcaking, talking about he knows her. He's a captain savior, simple. 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 The captain savior simple is still in my chat. Protecting that monstrous Mrs. Crockett. I guarantee you she never gave you any money. Did she help you in your own hood? Did she help you in your own hood?
Want to come on the show and talk about this, understanding that it's a difficult topic, we would love to have you on.
All right. We pretty much winding down. All these people saying I'm lame. You can say whatever you want. No. Thank you, Brenda. You're the only one that supported the stream. You know, shout out to everybody else viewing. You ain't got no money. You would have supported the platform. But you watching this coon, you ain't got no money. You ain't got no money. So why you telling me? I hate when people say they got money, they ain't got no money. Let me pack this person on out of here. Goodbye, troll. Let me get you on out of here. You have money. If you have money, you would have supported the street. Matter of fact, you demons ain't got no money. You demons ain't got no money. Why I'm even entertaining you demons for? Let me get Bulldog on out of here. Let me get Bulldog on out of here. You know what's funny? A lot of these ladies is doing better than most of you men. A lot of these ladies is doing better than most of you men. I'm not begging for money. I'm broke. I'm broke. I'm broke. You sure I'm broke? You sure I'm broke? Because you've been salty all this time. I'm broke. Really? Do I look like I'm broke, dude? Based on where I'm staying at, I don't look broke. Oh my goodness. Man, y'all gotta come up with something better than that. Brainwaves, he don't even have a Hondo. Brainwaves, he don't even have a Hondo on him. Brainwaves, he don't even have a Hondo on him. Brainwaves, he said he know Mrs. Crockett, Mrs. Crooked. This guy ain't got no Hondo, man. Listen, man, these people, majority of the people that's watching me Brainwaves, they good for the most part. Honestly, man, the ladies are doing better than most of you guys, man. You guys ain't even got it going on, man. Some of you dudes ain't got it going on, man. Like for real, I'm gonna be straight up. The women's is making moves, y'all. Like on some real talk. Like the women's, I'm gonna be honest. I noticed the women's in here been a lot more intelligent than you dudes that be coming in the chat when it comes to this talk. I noticed that. Ever since I've been talking about this situation, it be the dudes be crashing out. The women, they be on point. They be on point for real. You guys, man. You guys got, listen, you can get mad at me all you want. I'm not broke. I'm not struggling. I got responsibilities just like anybody else. Why would I put 1,000 to your charity? For what? You think I'm gonna put 1,000 to you demons? Yeah, brainwaves. Yeah, facts. Facts, man. Matter of fact, hello, since I'm broke, I'm not even gonna respond to you no more, man. I'm not gonna respond to you. Dude, you're just a waste of time, man. You're a waste of time, dude. You're just a waste of time, man. Shout out to the people that support, man. Let me see. Let me check something out. Shout out to the people that support the work, man. We almost close to 2,800 subscribers. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, I appreciate those who subscribe to the channel. Thank y'all for doing that. I appreciate it. We're almost at 2,800 subscribers. If we could get 50 more people, we'd be closer to 2,800 subscribers, y'all. Thank you for the continuation of subscribing to the channel. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. I humbly appreciate that. I just looked at the numbers now. Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all for subscribing. I'll be back on, within a couple of days. We're going to continue this topic. I got some more news for y'all. I got to get the passport information. We could play it one more time on our way out since those who didn't hear it. So let's go back to Hassan Campbell's video. I want you to listen to what Shannon Sharp and Orchel has to say. Hold on. Let me go to the clip real quick. Let's do that before we get on out of here. I want y'all to hear that. All right, hold on 1 second. What's Hassan Campbell's video? Okay, let me go to it. Okay, let me do this real quick. We're going to close it out with that. Now, I'm not pushing no fear. There's going to be some changes, though, with this situation. Listen to what they say.
Look, what's the First Amendment? I thought, oh, never mind.
Listen, it depends. But do you understand how powerful that power structure is that pulls all the strings?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I don't want to get into it. But I just want to know.
I saw it. I peeped it. Well, hey,
them people powerful. Hey, them people powerful. Bro.
It's we headed down. Hey, we headed down a slippery slope, Ocho. We headed down a slippery slope because I remember one time that people said, and they made fun of Joe Biden, they made fun of George Floyd, they made fun of a lot of blacks that got killed, and they made a lot of fun of a lot of people that did some things.
And Mr. Sharp, you made fun of Russell Westbrook. You made fun of Kyrie Irving. You're not out of the woodworks. Before you blop your gums, Shannon Sharp, you disrespected Kyrie Irving. You disrespected Russell Westbrook. You protect LeBron James. LeBron James did not protect you or looked out for you when you went through your situation. So at the end of the day, even though you're Ibarasi, Shannon Sharp, I like your work. I just don't agree with your views on a lot of things. I don't. I'm going to be straight up with you. I don't agree with certain things you are on, because that's demon time for the most part. However, what you're saying here is true. Because people are not moving correctly, there's going to be some laws change. And he's going to tell you based on what he know and what he heard preview to what I told my cousin that's in the overall office. Even said that there's a possibility of it going on. Let's continue.
And that's free speech. Mm-hmm. That's free speech. Now it's an issue. Like you said, I look, it happened. I mean, and but it's just, boy, we in some times right now. Boy, these next, you got to be on your best behavior the next 3 years. You got to be on your best. Kids getting kicked out of school. Getting kicked out of school. Your passport's getting redeemed and all this kind of other stuff. I'm telling you. And some people are like, oh, that ain't nothing. And blah, boy, that's how it starts. You so distrust. What you do is that you so distrust with your institution. That's the first and foremost thing. Now, the only truth is I'm giving it to you. The only truth that you're going to be able to get is from Ocho and I. And then you so distrust. And then I start carving away at certain freedoms that you enjoy.
Yeah. Hey, hold on. And you know what? Some of the freedoms they carving away at, you're not really paying attention to it because it doesn't affect you just yet. But they always say history always repeats itself.
Because
it always repeats itself, and it starts very small.
Because the what they're carving away, and we're going to move on. What they're taking away, this last generation didn't have to fight for. So let's go ahead. Ocho, see when you don't have to fight for something.
Right.
But see, people, we grew up in the time, and my mom and grandmother and things, they was in that. They remember segregation, and they remember the civil rights, and they remember the Fair Housing Act, and they remember the interracial. They remember those things. We take some of this generation take it for granted. They don't remember voting rights because they've always been had to vote. So now, as they start to strip things away that you didn't have to fight for, you don't miss it until you don't have it.
Yeah. And listen, I you know what? I always love the message. I always love the fight. But people never forget. They don't understand the power structure in the ecosystem in which you're fighting against. You can't even see it, so you don't know what to swing at. You're not hearing me.
I hear you. I know.
I'm saying that no. You want to fight the fight, but you don't know what to swing at.
Kimmell.
All right. So, just be mindful and cognizant of what you get yourself around and deal with. Salute to the mods and members in the chat room. Thank y'all for continuing to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the all notification. I'll holler at y'all within a couple of days. I got some stuff to do. You know what I'm saying? This is a good one. Appreciate y'all for making sure the chat is clean. So I'll be seeing y'all on the next one. I got a couple of videos that's on my desk in relation to Charlie Kirk. Mrs. Owens, more likely we'll get into that. You know, I think I seen Robert in the chat. So shout out to Robert as well. Corey, Brainwaves, Forever Studios, RZA, and to the rest of the other mods that's viewing, make sure you hit the like button on your way out. We had a good solid 400, 500 people in the chat. I'm very happy about that. We got to get the support going, y'all. Like, seriously, if you have it, you want to support, cool. Thank y'all for coming by, though. I'll catch you on the next one. Brown royalty to the people, we the business. Y'all be safe out there. And pay attention to your circle because they smile in your face. All around, they want to take your place. The backstabbers, they smile in your face. All around, they want to take your place. Be careful. Be careful with these folks, man. Make sure the people you're around is on point just like you are. And with that said, fellas, I don't want to see you in Dallas. Why I want to see you in Dallas for? I don't want to go see no man in Dallas. This weirdo crazy, man. See you in Dallas. What you want to see me in Dallas for? Get you a woman, man. If you could take care of one. Because you've been in my chat too long. This is a monitoring spirit, y'all. This has got to be one of the biggest monitoring spirits. I had one earlier today or yesterday, and now I got another monitoring spirit tonight. Yeah, last night. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness, y'all. This is bad. See you in Dallas. Why you want to see another man in Dallas for? Why you want to see another man in Dallas for? I'm what? Yo, this guy is running out of material. Listen, I'm not even that. I'm not going to even entertain you. I'm not going to even entertain you. You're disrespecting that community. You're disrespecting that community. Stop disrespecting that community. I don't roll like that. You telling on yourself. You telling on yourself. Everybody can see that you're telling on yourself. Yo, this is a weirdo, y'all. This is a weirdo. Yo, this is a weirdo. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Oh, no, man. Yo, this is a weirdo. Listen, I'm not going to entertain you because I don't go that way. You can say whatever you want. You're not going to get me on my square, dude. Dude, you're not going to get me off my square. Keep projecting. Keep telling on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's in Dallas. He claims he's in Dallas. He's making threats. You know I can report you, right? I got your information. See, you don't realize that I can find out who you really are. I got your information, dude. Dude, you're making threats. You're slandering me. Dude, I know who you are. So don't try to escape now. You're telling on yourself, man. You're telling on yourself. It's just so easy to trace you. It's crazy, man. This person thing, he joined December 14, 2016. I'm not going to get into too much information. You can't find me because you be in the box, dude. You be in the box if you try to come near me. I'm in a gun state too. What are you talking about? You try to come near me, widow, you be in a box straight up. You threatening me, you try to put harm on me, you be in a freaking box. Before you even get to the block, you be in a box, boy. Stop playing around. And I'm more connected in Dallas than you are. So you better stop making threats. And stop slandering. Stop slandering, stop making threats. You don't know who I know. I don't got time for you demons and warlocks and you witches. This is not a game. Playing with a man of God. Playing with a man of God. You making threats. See what he's doing? Y'all see what he's doing, y'all? Y'all see what he's doing? I got all the information. I got all the information. This man is threatening me. This man is threatening me. Trying to say, see you in Texas. Man. Man, yeah. He's making threats like Jasmine Crockett. Yeah, I know. Exactly, Brainwaves. He's making threats. You're not my bro. You're not my bro. You ain't my bro. We don't come from the same people. You Edomite devil, you. You an Edomite. You come from the seed of Esau. You making threats. You making threats. I'm telling you right now. Anyway, I'm going to get on out of here. Y'all take it easy. I'll holler at y'all on the next one. This guy is sent by Mrs. Crockett. I'm telling you, Mrs. Crockett sending her minions to try to, keep tabs on me. It's crazy, ain't it? Miss Crockett, why you can't come yourself in the chat and have the conversation with me? You've been in other people's chat, Mrs. Crockett. You got your simp boy over here trying to threaten me. You got your simp lover over here trying to threaten me, Mrs. Crockett. Mrs. Crockett, you got your simp lover over here trying to threaten me in my chat. I appreciate you coming through, Brenda. Yeah, you're going to have to watch the replay, Lively Cuts. You got your simp lover making threats to me, Mrs. Crockett. This is the type of people you got representing you. You bad for business anyway. So, yeah, I'm about to get on out of here, y'all. Y'all take it easy. Something wrong with these dudes or whoever they want to be today. You don't tell me what to do. You don't tell me what to do in my stream. I want the people to see this. You don't tell me what to do on my stream. Hey, let's make this hater mad before we get off. Hey, let's make this hater mad. Let's support the stream, y'all. Show this bum that we about business. Show this person, if you really rock with the platform, you want to send some money, let's get this person mad. This is how we shut this demon down. If y'all want to support the stream, let's make it happen. Because now that he told me to get off the live, I'm not going to get off the live. We're going to be on for another 5 minutes. We're going to get the people to support the stream. Let's show him what time it is, y'all. Let's show this demon what time it is. Because this demon needs to see the type of support I get. If we get a few supports on the Cash App, I'm gonna do a diss track to this dude. Listen, I'm not broke. I'm not broke, dude. Dude, I'm not broke. Listen, I got a diss track for this clown. If we get a few Cash Apps or we get some super chats, I want to roast this clown in real time. I got a rhyme for this clown before we get on out of here. Well, we'll see. I'm not broke. I don't know what you're talking about. Dude. You can't even go live and you talking to me? You wasting my time, man. Dude, you wasting my time. You ain't got no money. Dude, you ain't got no money to talk to me, man. You been in here for what? Most of the show? You're the only one talking right now. We got one support coming in. We got to get 2 more supports. We got to get 2 more supports on the Cash App. I'm going to roast you to oblivion. Matter of fact, let me get it ready. Before we get on out of here, let me roast you to oblivion. Let me get my my track ready. Let me get my track ready. Let me get my track ready, y'all. Hold on one second. Yo, check it out, check it out, check it out. You got this coon in the chat. He think that he's better than me. He hasn't been nowhere. He's been stuck in that low end part of Dallas. This dude don't know how to travel, man. He don't got a passport. He think he better than me. He's calling me a coon. This coon got better women than he ever had in his life. Yeah, I'm the Floridian. I'm the true South. You're not a Southerner. You're a wannabe Dallas player. You've been out in Oak Cliff most of your life, man. Come on, man. You never left the hood of Oak Cliff. Them women don't even want you in Oak Cliff in North Dallas. I've been over there, man. I had certain situations round and round in the certain parts of the hotel. Yeah, you never been to North Dallas. You can't even go past a certain location, man. You don't have the clothes. You don't have the car. You can't rock with me. You can't deal with me. I got the Tesla 2026, man. You got the Honda 2097, man. You can't drive match and match with me. I got the style clothes going on, man. You got the regular clothes. I got the real style clothes, man. My clothes cost more than your clothes and your household all put together, man. You live in that small little apartment, man. I'm in a big mansion. I do better than you. I am better than you. I look better than you. I talk better than you. I got more clearer sense than you ever had in your life, man. You can't go around different places like me. Nobody looks at you when you get up in the morning. when I get up in the morning, my lady, and everybody looking at me because I got the style and the look, man. I got the gift of gab. You ain't got the gift of gab. You don't know how to talk like me, speed up your process, man. You very slow in the chat, man. You be typing like you in the 5th grader, 4th grader level. Oh, my goodness. You can't rhyme with me. I got the rhyme, and I got the beat with the ladies, man. When I get up in the morning, I get different messages. The only message you get is from other men. Yeah. You better learn who you talking to, boy. When I travel, I be traveling different places for different reasons, man. You cannot rhyme and rest with me Yeah. When you rest with me, you're going to get smoked. You're going to get in the pot head, man. All you know is smoking and drinking, getting high with your boys, man. Them girls be passing you each and every day, boy. You're not even on my phase and level, man. You just a man that got nothing going on. All you got is zeros in your pocket, man. Your pockets is burning like the Bible say. Yeah. You say I'm broke where, man? Nah, I'm maintaining, boy. Woo! Woo! You can't mess with me, man. Take your behind somewhere else, man. I'm just cracking jokes on you. You nobody to me. Brokey! Hey, Brokey. 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 I got something for you, Brokey. Brokey. I got something for you. Brokey. Hey, Brokey. Brokey, you said I'm broke? You know what? You want to know why I travel to, Brokey? Brokey. You want to know why I travel to, Brokey? Hey, Brokey. Have you ever to this country before, Brokey? Brokey. Brokey. You see that euro dollar? Hey, Brokey, can you afford the UK? Can you afford the UK, Brokey? Brokey, can you afford this, Brokey? You ain't got it. You're not on my level. Where your passport, boy? I got many stamps. I could get on the plane now. Can you get on the plane and go to the UK right now, boy? Brokey, you're not on my level, Brokey. No woman looking at you, Brokey. They ain't thinking about you, Brokey. You just want my attention. You a weird dude. You was one of those Oak Cliff silly boys. Got your head messed up. You got your brain blow eye, looking like a smoke. Woo-hoo! You got that smoky eye. You know that smoky eye most of those Oak Cliff dudes be having. Them Dallas boys be moving funny. You better get Miss Crockett some money before you talk to me, boy. You can't even afford Mrs. Crockett. You talking about you love Mrs. Crockett, but she ain't giving you no play. I guarantee you, if she see me in my face, she'll give me more play than you Oak Cliff dudes. You ain't got nothing going on. You can't afford nothing. You ain't traveling. You in that Honda Civic. Brokey in the 2019 Civic. You got your lady looking stressed out. She bugged out like you do. A brokey. Ooh. Why you worried about my teeth for? Oh, you're calling me. You're being disrespectful. You're being disrespectful now. You're being disrespectful to those. Bro. Bro, you're not even on my level, man. Listen, I done destroy you. At this point, y'all, appreciate the support coming through. That was a good entertainment right there. But you know what, though? We're going to keep him around. He going to get act right. Hey, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Glad to give y'all a few roasting session here. Hey, shout out to Oak Cliff. Shout out to the Real Deal Oak Cliff people. Hey, come get your boy from Oak Cliff, y'all. Come get your boy from Oak Cliff, man. He looking bad, man. He making y'all look bad, man. Hey, to the Real Deal Oak Cliff dudes in Dallas, come get your boy in the chat, man. He making y'all look bad, man. He making y'all look bad. I ain't broke. I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't broke. I ain't broke. You can't even get Miss Crockett to come on the show, man. Stop talking to me. Stop talking to me, man. You wasting my time, man. We're not giving this dude no more attention, y'all. I don't roast him. That's the most attention he's going to ever get in his life. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get on out of here. I'll holler at you all. Brian Royalty to the people. We the business.